EA Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Thanksgiving matchup. It's the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of, sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles of the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 23, here's a 2nd and 4. Now Goff. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families will go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Here's Jack Fox on to punt. Deep to return is Cavante Turpin. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
Down to about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. Here's Prescott. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And his throw is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. They proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Goff now looks to throw. That is caught. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now 2nd and 9. Prescott now. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Goff now looking to throw. And it's incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Goff now to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had. Thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in there by Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. A give to Elliott running left. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Second down, Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Prescott, he had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Goff. That is caught by Laporta. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Goff. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and 6. To throw is Prescott. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Play action now. Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Prescott now on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Prescott.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
After the interception, here's Goff.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now down at the 20-yard line.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Goff on first down.
This to the Porter right side.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Here's Goff.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again is Goff.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
They can't read us straight up.
$10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people. That's
a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
Prescott now from the 50. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw complete right side to Close. And he's got this down to the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Prescott looks to throw on first. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. And again, it's Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap. to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Prescott to throw it.
That's into the hands of Tolbert.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Now a handoff running through the middle.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, good move. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Dowdle. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Good job there defensively to push them back on 1st down. I'm not sure if this is 4-down territory or not because they can kick the field goal and get it back within a score, but you know that's not what they're thinking right now. A field goal has to be their last option.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Raymond now on the return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
On 1st down, it's gone.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Goff.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Try to take this home, they'll run. And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
And they will take a knee here.
Second and 11. And off now to Gibbs.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November. I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone.